Our top story, Indian men's hockey team has ended a 41-year wait for an Olympic medal. The team defeated Germany 5-4 in the bronze medal match at Tokyo on Thursday. The last time India had won a medal in hockey was at the 1980 Moscow Games.
The new poster boys of Indian sports. Simranjeet Singh, Harmanpreet Singh, Hardik Singh, Rupinder Singh, who scored the goals today, and PR Srijesh, who had 9 saves. It was a heart-stopping encounter with a penalty shot against India in the last 6 seconds, but the Indians held on to their lead, beating Germany 5-4 for the Olympics bronze.
Yes, the pacemakers kicked back in again.
India made a sensational comeback after being down 3-1. Simranjeet, back in place of Lalit Upadhyay, struck twice.
जब ये टीम सेलेक्ट हुई थी तो मेरे को डेफिनेटली फेथ था कि मैं टीम में सेलेक्ट होऊंगा. अनफॉर्चुनेटली मेरे को सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ जब, तो एक फील होता है कि हर प्लेयर को कि हाँ मैं स्क्वाड में नहीं हूँ.
It has taken Captain Manpreet Singh and PR Srijesh 3 Olympic Games to get to the podium. This is India's 3rd bronze at this edition of the Olympic Games, but 12th hockey medal ever at the Games, putting them ahead of Germany as the country with most medals in men's hockey. Coach Graham Reid praised the team's resilience.
We did it in this morning's meeting where we zoomed out and I showed them a picture of the bronze medal, and we got up on the seat and we said, right, picture yourselves, putting this medal around your neck tonight.
There were special messages as well. One from Prime Minister. The second from the Odisha Chief Minister, whose government has not only sponsored Indian hockey for the last decade, but also built infrastructure, providing it a second home in Bhubaneswar.
The whole of India is so excited, as is Odisha, of course. We are all behind you and we wish you the very best.
The win is a shot in the arm for a sport that once brought gold and glory to India for decades. Tomorrow, the women's team also plays for the bronze, but as many are saying, bronze is the new gold. In New Delhi, Rika Roy for NDTV.
And after that clash, Captain Manpreet Singh and also Harmanpreet Singh spoke to NDTV. They said that even though they were 1-3 down against Germany, no one gave up. Every player gave his best. What next? Meeting the family and yes, home-cooked food.
I think now there's a belief in this team that we can do whatever we want to do. Like if we can beat any team. So that's a belief in this team. So that's what I think it's motivate them, and they always never give up. If you saw today's match, we were 3-1 down, and none of any player want to give up. Everyone was giving their best. Even I was sitting outside when I got the substitution. I was out. Even the junior players come to me and they've been motivating me. That Pari, like, we have to do well. We have to give 100% today, because today is the 60 minute only we have. We can do this. We can beat Germany even we are 3-1 down. So I think that was the key in this team that changed from the decade until now.
सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर क्या रहा आप लोगों के जीत के पीछे? हरमनप्रीत पहले आप बोलिए. मनप्रीत मैं जानता हूँ थोड़ा डिप्लोमेटिक है. पहले से ही डिसाइड कर दिया.
नहीं, एक्चुअली सर ये सही बात है. आई थिंक जो फिटनेस लेवल की बात करेंगे टीम के लिए सर, आई थिंक वो बेस्ट था हमारा, क्योंकि एज ए शेड्यूल जो हमारा ओलंपिक्स में था उसी के अकॉर्डिंग हमने बेंगलोर में अपना प्रैक्टिस किया है. एंड आफ्टरनून में 12 बजे प्रैक्टिस हो रहा है, 1 बजे प्रैक्टिस हो रहा है धूप में, एंड उसमें भी प्लेयर्स अपना बेस्ट कर रहे हैं इतनी धूप में, क्योंकि यूज टू हो जाएं ओलंपिक में आगे हमें थोड़ा इजी रहे. आई थिंक वो बहुत आई थिंक जो मेन पार्ट था वो जो फिटनेस था. एंड आई थिंक जो कॉन्फिडेंस है टीम में, मिक्सर है जो जूनियर एंड सीनियर्स का, आई थिंक वो बहुत अच्छा था सर.
हाउ डू यू वांट अस कंट्रीमेन, गवर्नमेंट्स, इंस्टीट्यूशंस, इंडिविजुअल्स टू इन्वेस्ट इन यू और इन योर स्पोर्ट? How can that investment be?
I think sir, अभी जैसे अभी पर्सनली मैं ऑनेस्टली बोलता हूँ कि जैसे अभी शुरू हुआ है कि जैसे कि खेलो इंडिया शुरू हुआ है, वैसे मैं चाहता हूँ कि हर कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटी, स्कूल्स में, छोटे छोटे बच्चों में, हर चीज में स्पोर्ट्स बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी होना चाहिए।
क्या खाने का मन कर रहा है इंडिया आते ही?
सर मैं अपनी बस माँ के हाथों का खाना चाहता हूँ सर, बहुत टाइम हो गया। टू बी ऑनेस्ट सर, जैसे भाई ने बोला, क्योंकि आई थिंक आप टीम में किसी से भी ये पूछ लोगे ना, वो आपको सेम आंसर देगा, फिर आप बोलोगे कि सभी के आंसर सेम है।
अरे घर में क्या खाना चाहते हो? माँ को कुछ बोलोगे भी?
सर नहीं, माँ की चॉइस सर, मतलब फर्स्ट चॉइस, कोई भी हो, कुछ भी हो, आंख बंद करके खा लेंगे।
What about you, Manpreet?
Same page, sir.
Acha, no, that's a very scripted. Come on. You all are entitled to some vices. Come on.
सर ऑब्वियसली कि हाँ कि वापस जाने के बाद तो माँ के हाथ का जरूर खाएंगे। और जैसे मम्मी को पता कि मुझे आलू की सब्जी बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है, तो डेफिनेटली वो जरूर बनाएंगे मेरे लिए, ठीक है। और मम्मी के हाथ के खाने के पूरा पेट भरने के बाद, तो जितना टाइम घर पे रहूंगा, माँ के हाथ खाने के बाद, उसके बाद जो पहाड़गंज के छोले भटूरे हैं।
Oh, fantastic. That makes the two of us.
And it was a big day for India at the Games, not just in hockey but in wrestling as well. Ravi Kumar Dahiya won a silver medal after losing to two-time Russian world champion in 57 kg freestyle wrestling, making it India's 5th medal.
Ravi Kumar Dahiya trailed 2-0 in the first round before he bounced back to level the score, but the round ended with defending world champion Zavur Uguev ahead 4-2. The Russian raced to a 7-2 lead before Dahiya fought back with 2 more points but couldn't overturn the 3-point deficit.
हम खुश हैं जी, सिल्वर मेडल पहला ओलंपिक था, अच्छा मेडल आया जी।
सिल्वर मेडल का जो हमारा प्राइज है वो 4 करोड़ रुपए का प्राइज है, तो 4 करोड़ रुपए की राशि भी ये उनको दी जाएगी।
With the 23-year-old silver, Indian wrestling has won a medal for the 4th straight edition of Olympics. In New Delhi, Rika Roy for NDTV.
Today, the entire village of Ravi Dahiya is celebrating his performance in Tokyo Olympics after he secured a silver medal for the country. The journey to Tokyo Olympics for 23-year-old Ravi Dahiya, however, began in these fields of Nahari village in Sonipat at Delhi-Haryana border. He started early. At the age of 6, he started learning with Hansraj Pahelwal, a local coach, waking up at 4 a.m.
शौक था उसने बचपन तराज तक, उन्हें कोई क्या का शौक नहीं था, सिर्फ कुश्ती का शौक था। खेत में जाया करता नहीं, पापा के साथ खेत में हंसराज महाराज था, उसके साथ रहा, मिट्टी का खाड़ा था, उसमें गया करता हूँ। हाँ, बचपन में खेती बरसे हमने जाया करता, रोज सुबह 4 बजे उठकर और तड़के जाता।
At the age of 11, his coach sent him to Chhatrasal Stadium in North Delhi. Ravi's father, Rakesh Dahiya, recalls the sacrifices it took to win an Olympic medal.
कोई जमीन तो है नहीं करके जीतनी, किले 1 एकड़ से भी कम है जी। मक्खन और दही और दूध मैं सुबह स्टेडियम में लेकर जाता था, 6:30 वाली रेल पकड़ता था, नरेले से यहाँ से पैदल चलता था, तो 4-5 किलोमीटर हो जाता था, वहाँ तक जाता जी।
While going to the stadium, Ravi made a promise to his grandmother. He said, "I'll come back when I'll make the country proud."
बेटा यूं कहा करता, दादी मन्ना मत रोको, मिट्टी के खाड़े में करने लगा था छोटा है। अकमत है कुछ बन के आऊँगा, ना फोन देखिए, ना फोन देखा भाई उन्हें, ना टीवी देखा, उन्हें क्या कभी शौक नहीं था। एक दिन ना दादी देखिए, मैं देश न चमकाऊंगा, वो काम बेटा आज कर दिया भगवान।
Overcoming hardships, Ravi soon began winning medals all over the world. A bronze at World Wrestling Championship 2019, gold at Asian Championships 2020 and 2021, silver at World Under-23 Championships in 2018, and a silver at World Junior Wrestling in 2015.
Despite facing several challenges, Ravi Dahiya, after winning silver medal at Tokyo Olympics at an early age of 23, has not only made his country proud, but also given hopes to lakhs of those children who view wrestling not only as sports but a career option as well. With camera person Prem Singh, I'm Akshay Dongre for NDTV.
The other big story, the government has moved to scrap the retrospective tax law. A bill has been tabled in Lok Sabha to undo the controversial 2012 law. In 2012, the law was changed to tax Vodafone over 22,000 crore rupees. The centre is now ready to refund the amount paid without interest. This move can help firms like Vodafone, Cairn and others. Cairn, Vodafone won large arbitration cases against the Indian government. The government says that the move will help quick economic recovery and foreign investment. Here's what the Revenue Secretary told NDTV.
Government has taken a major tax reform measure, something that nobody has done in the recent past. Firstly, many congratulations. How did you all go about and take the courage to go ahead and undo what Mr. Pranab Mukherjee did in 2012?
I think it was the commitment of the government right from 2014 that they did not believe in retrospective taxation. And I think Mr. Arun Jaitley has said it on the floor of the House, and the cases continued because they were legacy cases. So once that conclusion reached, so it was the political call that was there, and obviously the government had this in mind for a lot of time.
Some critics would say, sir, that you all are working under pressure because of the fact that, Air India's in New York have been, assets have been done. Cairn has been putting 1.2 billion, tax claims and everything else. That you all crumbled under pressure and acted. Is that an unfair criticism?
I would say it is an absolutely unfair criticism for the reason that the arbitration tribunals have decided the cases. The award itself has not been confirmed by any other jurisdiction so far. These enforcement decisions are coming, but there is a process in those courts, so we have a right to go into appeal. So basically saying that even these cases would take a long time to get settled finally this way or that way. So basically there is no pressure on the government for that reason that we were asked to pay an amount yesterday, so we brought this today to settle those issues. So that is not the position at all. The cost to the exchequer in a sense would be not because the amount that was collected will be returned. So it is not that something is being paid out of.
So how much will you be returning?
So in total there are about 4 cases, and the biggest case is the Cairn case. The total would be close to about 8,000 crores.
There's no end to impasse in Parliament. There were adjournments yet again. Inside the House as well as outside, along with slogans, now there are posters on multiple issues, sometimes in multiple languages as well. Arvind Gunasekar gets us how opposition is protesting inside and outside Parliament.
संसद क्यों नहीं चल रही? हमारा करोड़ रुपया खर्च हो रहा है और आप संसद में नारेबाजी कर रहे हैं, ये उचित नहीं है। सदन की कार्रवाई आज दिन के 12 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है। It is the model of democracy.
Parliament these days seems like a series of poster wars. Both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha witnessed back-to-back adjournments as opposition MPs stormed the well of the houses, displaying placards on Pegasus and farm laws. Every time a placard is seen, the camera angle is changed.
That Rajya Sabha has passed the constitution.
And outside, Akali Dal and BSP MPs protested against the farm laws, holding paddy samples and placards. Former Union Minister Harsimrat Kaur accused the government of using Lok Sabha TV for political purposes.
Lok Sabha TV is being used for a political purpose only to show the ruling party and not to show what the opposition is protesting about. If TV screens inside the house would show a protest, and the screens which are on top, which actually show what the public is seeing, was not showing that and was showing something else.
हमने मांगा पेगासस जासूसी कांड पे थोड़ा चर्चा किया जाए.
The government's insistence to push through bills despite the protest was opposed.
The House has set a record by passing each and every bill at the cost of only 7 minutes. An outrageous onslaught on the parliamentary democracy.
TMC Rajya Sabha MP Derek O'Brien tweeted saying government bulldozed 22 bills in 8 days at an average of under 10 minutes per bill. However, the government has accused the opposition parties, especially the TMC, of rowdy behavior.
जो विपक्ष का रवैया है वो स्पष्ट यही दिखाता है कि वो डिसरप्ट करके और हाउस को स्मूथ फंक्शन नहीं करना देना चाहते हैं.
3 bills passed in Rajya Sabha amid din on Thursday. The Constitution Order Amendment Bill, the Commission for Air Quality Management in National Capital Region and Adjoining Areas Bill, and the Essential Defence Services Bill passed by voice vote. Opposition MPs questioned government over passing of bills without discussion. Government accused opposition MPs of running away from discussion. With no sign of resolution and opposition parties not ready to compromise on their demand on discussion on Pegasus, government sources say discussion is underway to curtail the monsoon session. With Arvind Gunasekar, Joshua Chin for NDTV.
Welcome back. The Samajwadi Party and the BJP both effectively launched their campaigns for the crucial UP Assembly polls. Akhilesh Yadav's party riding bicycles in Lucknow and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath visiting Ayodhya.
The poll bugle in Uttar Pradesh has been sounded. 3 events marking the beginning of political activity. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav leading a 10-kilometer long cycle rally in Lucknow. UP Chief Minister Adityanath in politically crucial Ayodhya to mark 1 year of the Ram Temple foundation stone laying ceremony. And Prime Minister Modi addressing beneficiaries of the free grain scheme in Uttar Pradesh. All this on the 5th of August, exactly a year after the groundbreaking ceremony at Ayodhya since the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir.
The Samajwadi Party is calling it the beginning of the 2022 Assembly election. You can see this chaos out here. It's because Akhilesh Yadav is on a 10-kilometer long cycle yatra here in Lucknow. I have to point out that COVID protocol has gone for a complete toss here, and that's because there are hundreds of people surrounding the Samajwadi Party chief and the former UP Chief Minister as he cycles along with hundreds of kilometers for about 10 kilometers.
Before his cycle rally, Akhilesh hit out at the BJP, calling the Adityanath government incompetent and blaming the BJP for COVID deaths and chaos during the second wave.
जिस तरह की नाराजगी जनता के बीच में है, हो सकता है 400 सीटें जीत जाए, और आज तो स्थिति ऐसी है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास प्रत्याशी कम पड़ेंगे, प्रत्याशी टिकट नहीं मांगेंगे.
Chief Minister Adityanath spent 4 hours in Ayodhya, one of his many visits here as UP Chief Ministers, offering prayers at the Ram Janmabhoomi. On Wednesday, government sources said while the temple will be completed by 2025, it will be open to the public from December 2023, months ahead of crucial Lok Sabha polls.
Namaste.
From Ayodhya, the UP Chief Minister also watched this virtual address by Prime Minister Modi to 80 lakh UP ration card holders. Many of them given ration handouts today in bags with photos of Mr. Modi and Mr. Adityanath on them.
पिछले साल कोटि-कोटि भारतीयों ने सैकड़ों साल बाद भव्य राम मंदिर के निर्माण की तरफ पहला कदम रखा. आज अयोध्या में तेजी से राम मंदिर का निर्माण हो रहा है.
Both the Samajwadi Party, whose members you see in the frame behind, and the BJP have started their campaign for the 2022 Assembly elections in the right earnest. But given the experience of previous elections during the COVID pandemic, one can only hope that all parties in UP will have some respect at least for COVID protocol. In Lucknow with camera person Vineet Verma, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Well, that's it on this bulletin from the entire team. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.